Hey buddies, welcome to Amass Games. My name is Simon, and today I'm going to be ranking the Exit Games series. Now, there are many of them, there's like good 22, 24 at least at time of recording, and I won't be talking to you about the puzzles or the advent calendar, which is on its way at time of recording, but I will be talking to you about 11 exits I've played. I've got numerous ones in front of me. Some of them I don't have in front of me, and I was going to do a different video like my top 50, whereby I just have a video screen and I present that way. But I am going to talk to you about what I think of the games and then take it through from there. And also the seasons that they come out in. So yes, you can't see me, but here we are. In at, last position currently is Dead Man on the Orient Express. I'll come back to this in a little bit. There's a 4 out of 5 difficulty, and strangely, it was the easiest exit I've played. I have played them in ascending levels of difficulty of the ones I have in Shot, which you'll see in a moment. I give this game a 6 out of 10. I don't know why. I went, wow, this puzzle's really easy. That one, da-da-da. I didn't necessarily think that would be easy. I was just surprised when I typed in turned the Rolodex around and I got what I needed to get out of it. I like the game. It's, the puzzles are fine. I'll talk to you a little bit about my favorite puzzles and all the rest. But for some reason, I guess the fact that it perhaps wasn't challenging, it just didn't obviously appeal strongly to me. But there are some nice cool bits to it, like you have these little cabin things that you're opening up. That's not a spoiler, that's all the stuff that you'll find if you happen to have a look on the back of the box. And so I've played about 11 of these now. And these one, the one I think was broken, and it's completable 2 different ways. I got 9 stars for it, I didn't use any hints, took 8 to 9 minutes, and I finished 6 puzzles under an hour. But kind of lacked tertiary puzzles. Right, let's go for the next one. This is 6.9. It's the big double-header one. This is the Catacombs of Horror, a 4.5 level of difficulty. Was pretty difficult. It was tough in many places. Quite scary as well. I guess it is in that kind of zone. Some nice annoying puzzles though. Lots of people also struggle with this one. Actually, I had to use a playthrough as well to help me through quite a bit of it. Bit fiddly. There's no order to... I kind of predicted one of them beforehand. The teardrop was my favourite. I like the circle puzzle in this one as well, and the black one as well. It's the only game I know in the Exit series, in my opinion, that really does permanently change something. You can't like just photocopy something. So very impressed with that. And I kind of knew that when the founder of Exit, the idea, who basically wrote in the Brants, he is the guy who basically also does another one of these games, which we'll come back to. Basically, there's 2 in this kind of Agatha Christie theme. So that is in the second from bottom. Next up, we have this game which I thought you absolutely would destroy. I've read that people say, oh, you destroyed the game. I was expecting to be able to show you the box for this for some reason, but that was just my mind. This is from Season 1. And this one, the SPIEL.digital 2017 Critter Spiel. So that's like kind of connoisseur spiel. Also 4 out of 10. It was tricky. And this I gave a sort of a 7 out of 10 to. And it is equal to another game that I'm not showing, which is the Forgotten Island. The Forgotten Island, practically as good as, for example, the Sinister Mansion, but it was tough. This one is decent. It's fairly hard. Ended up with card 4 at the end for some reason, and basically there was something with a star that should have been clearer. The moon was the hardest one again. The star one though, another puzzle that could have been clearer. My favourite one was the Troy one, so it looks like that. And also I love the Indiana Jones references as well. So that was a really good fun one for me. Enjoyed that one very much. Okay, up next we have the Secret Lab. This is from Season 1. So in the Secret Lab, you can see I left the shrink on. This is a 3.5 difficulty. Now both of these from Season 1, and then this is the 3rd printing, I believe. They didn't actually have these kind of levels on them before. So what I think of the Secret Lab? Well, again, it's another 7 out of 10. It's very good. There's no standout puzzles, but still hard. The flag one stumps me, and I think it's bad that they tell you about using pencils, but without spoiling it, there's a key word to do with the kind of pencils that you need, which it's annoying because of how you have to think about it, especially when you look at the clue hints and see what they do. Right, the next one is a much newer one. This is from 2020, must be Season 4, Season 5. Yes, this is 7.5. Took me a while to do. 5 excellent puzzles, and the Silent was definitely my favourite one. So there's that one to consider. Next up, it's going to be the sequel, or actually the precursor to Dead Man on the Orient Express, and that is Theft on the Mississippi, 2019. And as you can see, Ralph is involved in this one as well. And this is 2020. So this one, yes, as you can see, he likes to make sure games do get destroyed if possible. This one I preferred slightly more than this one. Maybe, I don't know why I didn't find this one strangely, because this is a 3 and it does some works like that. Some people find the harder ones easier, but that's just a weird quirk, and they obviously test it enough. So what do I think of Death Measure Diffie? I loved one of the puzzles and the change up from basically boxes to characters, rather than just try and find a lock to get from one room to another. Say this time you were interrogating people. So that's something that I really enjoyed. Okay, and then what's next up? Well, the next 2 or 3 I haven't actually got in person, but I have the Sinister Mansion. It's fascinating and tormenting. That is a 4 out of 5 level of difficulty. So that's kind of expert level. That's an 8 out of 10. The Sunken Treasure, again, was an 8 out of 10, and I recommend that as well. And then the Abandoned Cabin from Season 1, that completes the Season 1 trilogy. That is the very first one I ever played, and 4 of us played it with a reset copy of the game in 54 minutes, no hints, and enjoyed it as a 4. All of these I've played solo, just to let you know. And then finally, and I'm going to come back and talk to you about the last one that I'm going to talk to you about, as I talked about these seasons again. So in Season 2, you have, there's 3 games in Season 2, and Sinister Mansion came out in 2018. And in terms of those various seasons, the way it works is there's typically 3 games in a season, such as these 2 and Abandoned Cabin. Season 2 has the Forgotten Castle, the Forbidden Castle, sorry, the Forgotten Island that I have played, I talked to you about, and the Polar Station. Season 3 kind of broke it down a bit more. So you have Dead Man on an Express. You've then got Sunken Treasure, which I've talked to you about and played. The Sinister Mansion, which I've played, and the Mysterious Museum, which I've not played. Okay, so that's Season 3, and now we're on to, obviously, Season 4 Beyond, which they're not even updating anymore. But my favourite game, and as you can see, I've been working up, so gone 3 on expert levels, obviously. This one I played most recently, then I played this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, okay? But prior to that, I played a 2 out of 5. That's a novice level of difficulty, and it's a game which came out in 2019, and I thought it was amazing. I thought it was the hardest one I've done to date, The Stormy Flight, and I was surprised. It's my first solo game. I used 5 help cards. It took me over 4 hours to do, and yet I received maximum stars in other ones. So very ingenious. Very surprised how good, particularly The Stormy Flight would be. I did not anticipate it being that good. As for the apps, I recommend the soundtrack is good for this one as well. Not much going on in the Pharaoh's Tomb. Bit creepy here. This is all right. You're just basically hearing some, obviously, trains, hearing some stuff going on there, the occasional bit of bonging in the Cemetery of the Night. But I do recommend playing the app, playing that music alongside it. And I highly recommend, obviously, checking out these exit games. Also, the destroyable games. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe and notification bell if you haven't already. Check out the comments for anything new that's coming along and what you think. And also, of course, the description. And lastly, the playlist. There's a playlist of 50 different games, such as this, Undo Games, Detective, another game that arrived today, which is very much like Detective as well. I've got Deck Detective as well, and there's Deckscape coming. So there's lots of different games. Hope you found this of interest. Hope it's been really nice. This has been quite an epic session I've been working on. And yeah, again, I hope you found that very much of interest. Thanks very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. All the best. And let's get to the exits.